Now we move on with racing to win to race number 10, the final race on the program. It goes at 5:45 local time. We've got a last start winner at the top of the book. That is Majestic Colour. And he draws wide again out in barrier 12 and carries an extra £4. Alacrity's a first starter, was a Group 1 winner in Chile prior to arriving, now with Jamie Richards, won at Hippico. We've got Find My Love from the 1650 all-weather to the turf 1400 metres, Shining Gem. He's won off a rating course and distance of 79. Beauty Eternal carries an extra £9 but draws a gate. Murado has a good record course and distance. Choo Chow Spirit, he was the winner of the Murray Bridge SA edition of the Magic Millions 2-year-old classic. He also was a horse that won over the 1400 at the Group 3 SAJC Size Produce Stakes at Morfettville. Copefield wears the cheek pieces. Cape Breton's a two-time winner over 1400, being Rosehill and Kensington prior to arriving. King's Capital comes back in trip, and Dragon Admiral has a gear change. Nick, the hood is coming off. So I've got a few first starters here. They have raced overseas, both Alacrity and Choo Chow Spirit, but the question is, from barrier number 1, Beauty Eternal, whereabouts is he going to end up?
Well, look, I think they've got options. Zach obviously will have plenty of cover down there in gate 1. Now, look, he wasn't too far away last time out. He was wide. He was drawn wide and then managed to get himself into a really good spot. So, look, I think it'd be handy. It'd be just off the pace. Murado is a horse that Zach knows well and he can lead. So he's drawn in 2. He's next door to Beauty Eternal. So I think he gets a lovely lead into this race. Master Hero is a horse that can show some good early speed. A Majestic Colour. He actually went forward on his debut, Paul, but he's drawn wide here. So he'll be caught out on the wing a little bit, but I think they'll have to go forward.
Yeah, I think that looks the way. With Beauty Eternal, you're right. Zach knows Murado really well, so he knows he's no slug and he can sort of drag him into the race, I think. So I don't think he'll have any fear sitting behind him, and he has won 3 of his last 4, Murado. Alacrity, now he's the first starter from Chile, as you said. He's going to have to go back, I think, from his wide draw. King's Capital, Solar Winds, we know, goes back as well. Find My Love's got no luck with his draw. He's likely to go back as well.
All right, that is the speed map for race number 10, but we're going to go to some key races right now. We're going to start with that last start victory of Majestic Colour. Just his 3rd run in Hong Kong. That is him in the yellow and blue colours. We've got Master Hero, who was better. He was up on the speed and looking to capitalise on that. Murado, his winning run came to an end. He's down there with the black cap on. Solar Winds is wider out. He does have that stunning victory earlier in this season, but he hasn't done a whole lot since. And Win-Win Fighter, his better form has been over further. So of these, Nick, who are you most looking forward to seeing on Sunday?
I think the winner, Majestic Colour. Now, look, he's gone up a bit in the weight. He's got an extra £4 to carry. They put him up 6 for this win. But, look, I thought it was a tidy victory from him here. They took the tongue tie off when he was beaten 7 lengths behind Drombeg Banner. So, look, he's come out and done this well. The run of the 3rd, Master Hero, was certainly a run back in the right direction. Paul, he'd been a little bit out of sorts, but he was better here. But I did like the performance of the winner.
Yeah, the thing that worries me a little bit is the wide draw and the weight with a Majestic Colour. But he's still a 4-year-old and he's obviously looking for the Derby.
Outside of him, what about Murado? Because he was racing so well, he disappointed there.
Yeah, I just wonder if he hit his mark. He's had 3 wins in a row and then he was a little bit disappointing. So we'll see if he can bounce back.
Yeah, he was up £19 for those 3, so it's a fair hit.
All right, that is a couple of runners out of that race. We move on now to what will be the favourite. There is no doubt about that. Here is Beauty Eternal. His 2 wins have been massive, Paul. He's been wide throughout. Cape Breton is wider out turning for home here, but from barrier number 1, he won't know that thing on his inside this week.
No, he won't. And look, I mean, I suppose there's an option to lead if they really want to, but I'm sure they'll want to get cover just in behind. The horse is just going so well. I think the only thing that'll beat him will be bad luck.
Yes, agree. Look, he's clearly a more adaptable horse now. He's obviously shown 1 or 2 little traits, but I think they're beginning to iron those creases out, the team, John Sides and Zach Purton, and they know the horse very well. And look, he's won with any amount in hand on this occasion, so eased him down the line. There was plenty more there.
It's been a story, hasn't it, since he's been here, Nick? Some terrific performances, some bad luck along the way, and this is how he stacks up after all of that.
Yeah, the 3 runs and obviously the 2 wins, obviously beaten at a short quote at 1.5 when 3rd behind Science Patch. But look, he was mightily unlucky on that occasion. So he clearly is a nice horse, Paul. And if they've got designs on a Derby, he's going up in trip this week. He's got to prove his stamina and he's got to prove it beyond this as well. But he's clearly a very capable horse.
No, it definitely is. And look, from barrier 1, he's just going to be in behind, I think. So, as I said, if he gets any sort of run, which I think he will, I think he'll win.
All right, so the favourite certainly is the one to beat. Now, we've got King's Capital in this replay. There he's in those pink and purple colours. He's a horse, Paul, you think of over further normally when it comes to a winning chance, but he's actually won over the 1400.
He has, hasn't he, by Animal Kingdom, this horse. He's drawn awkwardly in barrier 10, so I think he's going to have to go all the way to the back. This run was over 1,600 metres as well, so he's now dropping back to the 1,400, which worries me for him.
Yeah, look, and this decent run was at 90 to 1. Now, he had those blinkers obviously going on. This was a better run than what he had been showing, but look, I was struggling to make a very strong case for him because sort of, you know, he's never that consistent.
All right, so perhaps a leave on King's Capital this week. One of the first starters, Nick, is Alacrity. He's had the 3 trials since he's been here. This is his most recent of them. It was over at Happy Valley. He runs 4th. Of course, we saw All Greek To Me, Nervous Witness. Kerpenny had no luck on Wednesday night. They're all led up this trial too as they turn for home.
Yeah, and the horse further back in orange and lilac half sleeves, that's Goritis. So he's come out of the trial and won. But look, Alacrity, he's just pushed out in this trial. As you mentioned before, he is a Grade 1 winner in Chile, formerly trained by the excellent Patricio Alamos there, Paul, and he's Group 1 wins over 2,000 metres.
Yeah, look, once they gelded him, he started to win them in a row over there, and he won 4, didn't he? Look, he's further for me, but I think 1,400 metres. He's the same sire as Panfield. We know Panfield is a real stayer here in Hong Kong, so I think 1,400 metres is going to be short of his best.
Right, wait and see with Alacrity. What about the other first starter, Paul, which is Chu Chow Spirit? His trials look to have got better and better since he's been here and brings some strong South Australian form to Hong Kong.
Yeah, he does. Look, and he's 12, 24 pounds. The trials, as you progressively getting better. He's got Hugh Bowman on. He's had the 4. I'm going to include him. I think he's going to run a cheeky race fresh up.
Yeah, I've got him in the numbers as well. I haven't minded his trials at all. The interesting angle with him might be that his wins in Australia were with cheek pieces. Doesn't wear them here, but look, they might not necessarily be, you know, something that he has to sport, but he did just win them both with headgear on.
He's had the 5 starts prior to arriving. He's a member of the Benno Young stable. Cofield here, Nick, he hasn't been too far away of late. He's had a trial since we've last seen him. That is him in the familiar field colours. He draws nicely in barrier number 3, and he does wear cheek pieces for the first time.
He will, to go with a cross noseband also. Now, for me, he's a better horse at Happy Valley. He's shown that. He's only had the 10 runs, but he has been placed at Happy... I thought his best run was at Happy Valley, Paul. I'd like to know sort of your take on it, but yeah. Look, the trial was okay, but again, I think he's up against it here.
Yeah, look, he has run second over at a higher rating of 71. He's on this rating of 69 at the moment. He's had 1 good run at Happy Valley, which is his best, you're right, but he's had 1 good run at Sha Tin as well, so I wouldn't totally write him off as a Happy Valley horse.
Before we get your selections, Paul, I want to ask you about Find My Love. You've been with him. Yeah. Do you forgive that run on the all-weather last time, and he had no luck on the turf 2 runs back? Exactly.
Look, I ummed and ahed over him for a long period of time this morning, and I ended up leaving him out. Just because of the barrier 14, I just think he's going to run on. I mean, this is probably the time he'll win, Find My Love, but he has had no luck on the turf, and the all-weather probably didn't suit him last time, in hindsight.
Yeah, and his form from the UK was actually of a decent standing. So this son of Frankel, he's got the ability there. The draw's not going to help him this time out either. He's out in 14.
He's had 8, 11, 10, 8 and 14. He's due for some luck with the barrier. So on that, he's not in for you, Paul.
No, I'll wait till he draws a barrier. He'll probably come out and win now, but I'll wait till he draws a barrier with him. Beauty Eternal, of course, is I think only bad luck's going to beat him. He's on top. I'm going to give the first starter, the Zoo Star youngster, a chance here, which is Chu Chow Spirit. Liked his trials coming in. Cofield, as I mentioned, has gone better off a higher rating. And Master Hero, another one that did really go well last time with that 3rd. It was a better run from him. 5, 8, 9 and 11.
Yeah, I think there'll be plenty singing from the same hymn sheet in the last race. Beauty Eternal, I think, the one for many here. And on all known form, he should take a little bit of stopping in this race. I actually put him up 9 for that win last time out. So he's going to have to go to another level, but he looks more than capable. Majestic Colour in for second. I thought that win last time was really good, though the top weight in the draw, slight negatives here. Chu Chow Spirit, a bit like Paul. I think he's a nice enough type of horse. And I was impressed by his trials. He's clearly precocious when trained by the McAvoys, having won as a 2-year-old. And Master Hero goes in as well. That was a much better run last time, and hopefully he can continue in that form. 5, 1, 8, 11.
No surprises from the boys. Beauty Eternal to win again in the final race of the day.